Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between T versus Hawk. This game taken from DreamHack Warcraft 3 Open from the winter season from Europe. Off over here on the bottom left-hand side of Last Refuge, we have TGW spawning as well the Red Undead. Over here on the top right, we have Hawk spawning as the yellow human getting underway. Couple of Ruskies here. Yep, couple of Ruskies playing here in the European DreamHack as the game is getting underway. Want to say thank you to all of my patrons, all of my subs, and all of the viewers out there. If it wasn't, I don't do it for you guys, but if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do it. And really enjoy the positive community around Warcraft 3. That's really stayed together over the years, as we are looking forward to 2021 and just growth of the game in general. I think a lot of the casters or a lot of the real-time strategy community also keeping a close eye on Frost Game Studios, the studio or a part of the creative team that made Warcraft 3 and StarCraft from Blizzard of old. Blizzard, I don't think it comes as a shock to anyone that what made what made Blizzard a Blizzard for the past 25 years doesn't really seem to be there anymore. There's nothing wrong with corporations. Large corporations are needed in order to to do certain things, but having a small startup feel is really where a lot of things, lot of advancement can get done. Blizzard games are made by nerds for nerds. Yeah, made by gamers for gamers. Um, if I was rich, I'd throw money at those guys. They do have a patron, especially thanks to the guys at work. Yeah, W3 champions. Yeah, like the entire community. I really enjoy it. And I don't like. I also have to give a hats off to Grubby. Grubby is perhaps I wouldn't say his community is actually the Warcraft 3 community. I would say Grubby's community is Grubby's community. He was able to build a very strong, solid community around him, whether it be what Heroes of the Storm, right, or him playing Warcraft 3. He's just built a very, very strong following, and it's just very entertaining a player. Anyways, let's go ahead and come back. Activision Blizzard, just a money machine. You know what? You know what? There's nothing wrong with publicly traded and corporations out there to try and make money. You know what? And at the end of the day, if you or what companies have or corporations have what a duty to make sure that they are using their investment wisely, the money of the people who invested in the company, right? Increase shareholder value. If you On the flip side, if you want to support companies and people who are not trying to increase value, you have Warcraft 3 champions, you have Back to Warcraft, and that also works as well. So I don't know, maybe my capitalism is showing, but yeah, Forest Troll Trapper going to get taken down alongside that Ogre Magi. Gloves up. Hayes going to go ahead and get picked up as well, as a Ghoul going to quickly run on through. Where is it going to go? Yeah. Just trying to head back away. Okay. Focus, Crota. Let's transition back into the game. We are looking at, well, that Crypt Lord doing a good job, doing what he does best, going wide with the Rod of Necromancy. He has sold that Scroll of Town Portal, and if you look, there is no altar of down here. Without that altar, he was able to establish up this expansion just a little bit more quickly by selling his gold and getting that altar back out. But he will be forced to resummon it. All right, a ghoul is going to get taken down. Yes, it does. Archmage getting in that little bit of extra damage from those claws of attack. Yes, this is live. We're all real. These matches are not live. This game was taken from DreamHack, but thank you for tuning back in. Archmage, Claws of Attack, Gloves of Haste, Lion, Devotion Aura just representing, trying to clear up some of these creep camps. However, TGW is not going to allow that to happen. A quick impale, going to pick up, finish off a footman there, and then get in a quick kill on a water elemental, getting in a good amount of experience. Great exchange while stopping Hawk from being able to clear out the remainder of this creep camp. All right, TGW was a bit behind on experience, but has quickly caught up here as we're looking at the units now making their rounds back out. All right, Crypt Lord making its way through. Archmage, Devotion Aura, Gloves of Haste. Crypt Lord, well, just an illusion, going to be completely ignored right there. 39 supply compared to 35 as the units make their way back out. All right, Crypt Lord, Boots of Speed, Rod of Necromancy, a bunch of beetles in that front line, and also picking up the Forest Troll Berserker. I like this play by TGW just to find a way to add in a little bit of extra damage. If you know that you can go wide and protect these Forest Troll Berserkers, who are really much glass cannons early on, 28 to 37 damage with an average attack speed. Very large damage per supply sort of thing, as we're going to see the Forest Troll Trappers get cleared up as well. Wand of Mana Stealing picked up as we're looking at the Footman Army, Archmage, Illusions all down across here, just representing so much damage. Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, Staff of Teleportation already coming back inside here as the Crypt Lord, double Boots of Speed. What is he doing? I'm not quite sure, as he's trying to finish off the remainder of these units. All right, Crypt Lord does have enough for another Impale. The Nerubian Tower will get taken down. Couple of illusions just launching fireballs for no real reasons as another impale goes down as well. Another water elemental could get finished off here in just a moment. A little bit of healing as the Crypt Lord sitting at level at 4.5. Archmage still sitting at 3. Really wants level 2 Brilliance Aura, trying to go after the remainder of those units here. Remainder of the of TGW's army has shown up to put in a little bit of pressure. Footman going after Hawk's acolytes as they're going to get taken down pretty fast as well. Archmage gets up to level 4. Level 2 Brilliance Aura can drop another water elemental here. Hawk trying to get away, but that Crypt Lord is on a rampage, able to, well, scurry across the ground like the giant cockroach he is. Double Boots doesn't really do anything but absolutely entertaining. Water Elemental going to get dropped down here, and that range damage, well, representing so much damage onto all of these fleeing footmen. Crypt Lord trying to go after some more units again. Are we going to see another footman death? Yes, we are. There goes another again, as the Crypt Lord has been able to catch up to those units so quickly, as another footman going to bite the dust again. All right, 2 quick hits. Footman down to 109 hit points as it's trying to escape back once more. I don't know. I do believe that, well, the Crypt Lord does have 2 pairs of feet, but then again, I don't think that's quite the right way to go ahead and go about that. Going after these units once more. Hawk down to 300 hit points is going to be forced to retreat as both sides, while still up and running with their expansions. Hawk needs to heal back up. 41 supply compared to TGW's 47.
Our players' forces are under attack.
All right, coming back through. There's that heal that Hawk needed. Archmage getting ready to go. Forest Troll, Shadow Priest joining back in. We are teching the tier 2 nearly done. Tech to tier 3 already underway, as the Altar of Darkness is, well, already resummoned, and the Death Knight will be joining back out onto the field. Death Knight, the undead power hero of old, coming onto the battlefield while that Crypt Lord is already almost level 5, and we'll get to level 5 here in just a moment. There it goes, level 5, level 3 Impale already underway, as the Crypt Lord going after some of those units, perhaps the Forest Troll, Shadow Priest. There goes another Impale again. Death Knight shows up to the party. Easy damage across the board again. Footmen now need to run back. Footman down to 115 hit points. Is going to get taken down. One more shot, and a Death Coil finishes off that Footman there. Archmage sitting at level 4, currently behind significantly against a level 5 Crypt Lord and a level 1 Death Knight. Death Knight comes bearing gifts with double potions of mana most likely will be transitioned off to that, Crypt Lord here. With this strategy, I expect TGW to follow this up with
A
some
player's
obsidian
forces are under
statues,
attack.
maybe a destroyer form as well, as soon as that Halls of the Dead is completed. If there is double obsidian statues, probably quad obsidian statues, and then trying to get some destroyer forms to try and deal with the remainder of those footmen. All right, a little bit of damage going down. A footman quickly getting denied. Hawk has been doing his best to try and deny some footmen and has been doing a good job, even though his opponent's Crypt Lord is already at level 5. Water Elementals now trying to get away as the units are still engaging back and forth. I still don't know why that Crypt Lord has double boots of speed, as its movement speed is not going to get any faster. Crypt Lord running around here. Mountain King. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? That would pretty much just be a little bit of damage. No real chance of taking down that Crypt Lord, as the Death Knight sits at level 1. Does have an Orb of Corruption, but we don't see a Lich getting thrown into the mix as of yet. All right, going to go ahead and go into engagement. Net negative armor does represent a large amount of bonus damage. There's that Quick Impale. Archmage could end up getting taken down. Scroll of Healing used, and Hawk was able to spam Scroll of Town Portal in time, down to 6 hit points. Scroll of Healing for that extra bit of hit points being used by that Mountain King, as that Mountain King saves the Archmage and the Archmage saves that Mountain King. All right, I've said this before and I'll say this again. WarCraft 3 and real-time strategy games is a game of seconds. You're just trying to get some sort of time advantage over your opponent and have that translate into a bigger, larger advantage onto the battlefield. Death Knight now make its way back off to the north here. Ogre Lord, I'm gonna go ahead and get this creep camp all cleared up here in just a moment. Is the Crypt Lord gonna perhaps give boots of speed to the Death Knight, at least transfer one of those pairs of Nikes? I don't know. It seems like the Crypt Lord has 2 pairs of shoes and won't give one to his best friend, even though he can't wear a pair at the same time. All right, flying machines are out in play. We are at tier 3 coming in from Hawk. There is a quick impale across all of those units, and that is just going to buy a bit of time. You can see how long all of those units were impaled for, as the Death Knight going after the Ogre Magi creep camp off to the north here, trying to steal some of his opponent's experience. Staff of Teleportation bringing the Crypt Lord over onto the battlefield. All right, Crypt Lord, why is it even engaging here? It wants to do it and do it quickly, as the destroyers are out onto the battlefield. Flying Machine's going to be able to destroy that destroyer pretty quickly, as the Crypt Lord, even though it is just stealing experience, is getting precious seconds. All right, Lich is out onto the battlefield. Stormbolt onto the Lich. Lich gets a Death Coil for good measure to try and stay alive. Some Devour magic from the destroyers, as well as the Flying Machine's going after those destroyers again. Destroyer getting taken down pretty quickly. Another Death Coil saves right there, as the Death Knight does have a mana stone, as the destroyers are still trying to engage again. Another impale across multiple units. Destroyers do have a little bit of mana trying to back up, but the squadron of Flying Machines really doing a large amount of damage. Are we going to see some damage go finally take down some of those Flying Machines there, as destroyers and Flying Machines are getting exchanged back and forth. Level 2 now finally up on that Lich, as TGW taking or dealing quite a bit of damage to the ground army, getting level 2 onto a Lich. That was 600 experience across all 3 units already, as the Death Knight still sits at level 2. Stormbolt onto the Crypt Fiend, as the Knight should be able to easily finish that off. Death Knight does not use, already used the Mana Stone already. There's an impale as the units get taken down. Paladin out onto the battlefield as well. Crypt Fiends don't really have web to try and take down the rest of the ground units, as there are no destroyers to devour magic those water elementals either. All right, 3 obsidian statues, 3 heroes, and a Crypt Fiend from TGW. Meanwhile, Hawk coming out ahead there. The Flying Machines, with their flak cannons, able to take down the destroyers before too much damage was dealt.
A player's forces are under attack.
Coming back around, the Crypt Lord really should be backing away, taking away a large amount of experience from that Lich and that Death Knight. Death Knight really needs level 3. Crypt Lord should really consider giving the pair of boots of speed back to someone else. Oh, nope, decides to sell it instead, not really wanting it. The only time in human versus undead matchup that tilts for human. Well, that this is the case. That strong recovery. Can TGW come back stronger again? Hawk was able to shut down his opponent here. Meanwhile, the destroyers going after the Ogre Magi, trying to clear out the expansion red locations on both sides of the map. Mountain King getting up to level 3. Paladin getting up to level 2. Is he going to go for Divine Shield? Most likely to try and stay alive. Also, Archmage with Orb of Fire should be able to, well, prevent a lot of healing from the Death Knight. Archmage at plus 17 damage. Yes, Arya? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You weren't nudging me to let me know something. Okay. Alright. A couple of gargantuan sea turtles, all that are left. A squadron of flying machines overhead. Destroyers are here. A Crypt Fiend trying to get Web into position. Not going to be able to do that either, as we're looking at Scrolls of Town Portal. Lich with some crazy damage as well. What is that? Lich with plus 18, only to be outdone by the Archmage. Archmage with plus 29. That Archmage pretty much getting a critical strike per attack, while also reducing the amount of healing on those units. All right, in comes the Crypt Lord. Arcane Tower removing much of the precious mana from that Crypt Lord. That is going to be key there. It's going to go. Where are the units going to land? They are landing all the way in the back, and all of a sudden, Hawk is in trouble. Hawk cannot easily get inside this location. Crypt Fiends, however, are stuck in the backside here as well, as the battle is going to rage on once more. Fly machines, and this is just the reversal of the bases, using Hawk's own Sim City against him, saying, you know what, Spellbreakers, all of these units, if you want to try and fight me, you need to come in a single file line into my giant army, and I'll try and pick you off slowly but surely. All right, damage coming back across. There was a quick impale, and it looks as though Lich does get to level 3 and is able to get away in time. One Crypt Fiend, however, well, being left behind. Death Knight. Oh, what is this? Brilliance Aura on the Death Knight, and that is a game changer. I've always said, once the Undead has access to Brilliance Aura, all of a sudden the Obsidian statues just don't seem to run out of mana. That's a downside for the Undead. Undead players often, when their Obsidian statue runs out of mana, they're just forced to upgrade them into Destroyers, since there's not much that they can really do to try and get that mana back. That Brilliance Aura, coupled with an Ankh of Reincarnation, that Death Knight is going to be very difficult to take down. But if we're looking at Hawk's army, it's going to come down to, well, positioning. Who is going to be able to win out in the battle first? 3 Destroyers going up against Knights flying machines here. Are we perhaps going to be able to get in a couple of webs as well, as the Destroyers could start the battle with, or in the middle of the battle, Devour Magic, regenerate a bunch of hit points, and then re-engage again? That is going to be the question indeed, as the Paladin does have Divine Shield. Going to be a little bit difficult to focus down. 75 supply compared to 76. Priests, Spellbreakers, Knights. All the units are getting underway. We are looking at a Haunted Gold Mine here. Flying Machines are quickly going to scout this out, and the Flying Machines are going to be going on a bombing run. Quick cancellation right there. Necropolis could get destroyed as well, as we see a major battle here. Oh, timing. TGW, knowing that the Flying Machines are away, has a small window of opportunity to get major damage, as we see a Thunderclap coming in from the Mountain King. Mountain King level 2 clap, able to slow things down. Flying Machines arriving to the party a little bit late, but their presence is made immediately known. Death Knight coming back across. Is he going to try and death coil some more units? Yes, it is, but it needs to stay back here as another Impale to try and pick up some of those units, but too many Spellbreakers in that front line. TGW forced to Scroll of Town Portal out after losing the Death Knight. Death Knight, the worst possible timing to get the Ankh of Reincarnation. Stormbolt follow up, and the Death Knight falls, giving level 4 to the Mountain King. Scroll of Town Portal removed everyone from the fight except for that Death Knight. All right, so my daughter is confused. She's never seen that happen before. The Death Knight had the Ankh of Reincarnation. What that does is, once your hero dies, it comes back alive. But it is still a dead unit. So the Scroll of Town Portal took all of the units away, and then the Death Knight showed back up. Archmage gonna go ahead and teleport back home, try and save that expansion, and does exactly that. Stormbolt on a trailing Abomination that will easily get taken down, and things have greatly shifted for Hawk. Hawk now with an 18 supply advantage, catching an Abomination and also an Obsidian statue in transit as he grows that advantage to a 21 supply, and now even casting slow for good measure onto some of these other fleeing units. All right, what is TGW going to do? TGW just I guess he can completely stop any sort of mining only with the Crypt Lord and a level 2 Frost Nova finishing things at yeah, and now summoning up some beetles inside the main base. Unit's going to try and make their way back in across here. Crypt Fiends going up against a knight here. Crypt Fiends going to try and take down that here as we're looking at a little bit of damage. Come on, there's a one. What, finish off that guy? Nope. Couple of burrowed beetles left behind. They're going to be popping up out of the ground here in just a moment as the flying machines, going to try and bombard again. All right, does the Crypt Lord, trying to finish off a knight, does finish it off. But the flying machines going after the haunted gold mine here as another Crypt Fiend will get taken down. There goes an Obsidian statue. And 74 supply compared to 53. TGW is on the back foot and getting completely pummeled right now as the knight unable to catch up to that burrowed Crypt Fiend. And now, going after the main base instead. 52 supply compared to 76. Things are going well for Hawk, short of a complete shutdown of Hawk. Hawk should be able to easily close out this game. Main base, or the main expansion of Hawk now, getting under a little bit of duress as well. However, I don't believe it is going to be enough to shut down Hawk's superior army, also with that 1,700 gold in the bank. Making their rounds out now. Crypt Fiends really taking large amounts of damage from the Knights and those Sundering Blades. Death Knight, Death Coil saves that Crypt Fiend as the Archmages, Archmages, Orb of Fire, still not doing enough damage down here. Death Coil continuing to save here. TGW trying to pull every trick out of his hat to come away with the victory somehow. Beetles popping up out of the ground to disrupt Hawk's expansion. And, so many peasants have been finished off again. Flying machines with those bombing runs able to deal so much damage. And the Crypt Lord does have 6. All right, level 6 Crypt Lord, level 3 Impale does have Locust Swarm, level 2 Death Coil, level 2 Frost Nova. You could have a large amount of damage just shut down the Archmage here in just a moment. Are we going to see an Impale? Nope, there's a Holy Light instead as the damage is trying to add back up. All right, Crypt Lord, there is that Locust Swarm, gonna get in a large amount of damage. Flying machines coming back across. There goes an Abomination as the Crypt Lord does impale down a couple of units. Is that level 6 going to be enough to tip things in his favor? 31 supply down to 75. And there is the GG. TGW losing to Hawk here on Last Refuge. Gyrocraptors don't exist in Frozen Throne. Flying machines, very powerful here in WarCraft 3. And just the presence and the constant scouting information giving Hawk that major advantage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thank you to everyone who's followed me. Really got to say thank you to all of the patrons. They're actually keeping me afloat right now with all of the views and all of that support. If you guys are wondering how you can support me, definitely check out the information in the description box below. And if you're watching on YouTube, otherwise just head on over to my YouTube channel. All right, for all of you guys out there, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you guys are looking for more WarCraft 3 action, check me out on YouTube. I literally have 10 plus years of WarCraft 3 videos. And I know some of you guys are in fact watching because I get comments on my videos from like 8-9 years ago telling me, wow, I sound so different. Thanks, everyone.